Hey guys, been a bit, but finally all settled where I am after a very tumultuous summer, but I dig it. It's a bit better, and let's cut straight to the chase based off my jersey and based off of biases I've professed previously on this channel. I like this new iteration of G2, and that is mainly because it is made up of sAw, Sunpayus, and the addition of MATYS, as self-described by his name on Twitter, to the addition of Hunter over to IGL, HeavyGod being HeavyGod, and Malbs being Malbs. Now, this is a team of young, really cracked riflers with a super experienced AWPer that is known for his performances in big games and he has stage play in his blood. But above all else, G2 as an organization getting sAw as a coach is a fundamental change that will pay dividends for years to come. He, as well as whatever IGL he's typically working with, historically being snappy and, the one that people would most associate him with, they always get more than the sum of their parts out of all the players that they are working with. And to have him be finally picked up by a bigger organization, no longer the likes of the Ences into Heroic like he was before, is phenomenal to see, because I've been a fan of his and a fan of his teams way back since, the Doto, Diha, HADES, Spinks, Snappy lineup that would eventually transition into the Madden, Sunpayus, and Nerds with Diha and Snappy and him lineup over at Ents. And just, it's great to see. They have now picked up their first trophy as a squad at Blast London and are currently in the playoffs for Fissure, Playground 2, what I believe. And it's just great to see, as this is a fundamentally role-cell-pilled and well-rounded team. HeavyGod, for many instances, many would make the case that he is a top 5, if not top 3 anchor in the world right now. His ability just to always get one more out of his anchor positions than you would expect. Most notably, you think of his holds on long on Dust 2, where he's holding out the doors and you're just like, okay, he's going to get 1, get traded. No, he gets 2. He gets maybe even 3 sometimes. Then you have, Malbs being a true generational Yakindar style entry, where he's taking a significant portion of the entry kills for the team and still putting up fantastic statistics for what he is doing. And Sunpayus was seemingly the weak point for the team for a while, as going from MATYS to any other AWPer is going to be a downgrade, but he's been slowly warming into his form and honestly has been very impactful within pistol rounds, which also leads to Hunter now transitioning just from the pistol round IGL, as he has been for a number of years, to the full-time IGL, which is something we have been waiting to have happen since 2021, I want to say, is when we first heard him start talking about this. It's been a long time coming, and the fact that he beat Nico to this punch is rather hilarious, unless you consider the G2 one, which I definitely do. Definitely, I definitely would. I was there. It was a great run, but that was mostly kind of an insane overperformance from him and MATYS, despite, the cratering performances of Stewie at the time, which he was mostly used as a pure entry, which was great for them systemically. Either way, also Nexa was playing with them. Either way, to have them pick up a trophy this early in their time together as a roster is fantastic to see. And I think the really underrated aspect of all this is MATYS, who is fundamentally a different beast than we expected him to be, especially being put under a development style coach like sAw. It's genuinely insane to see the types of highlights this young man is putting together. He is going in, second for a lot of these instances in cleaning up after Malbs, and even in certain instances they'll have HeavyGod go in first and then he'll clean up after him, and he is just putting together a lights out performance. And the thing that is the fundamentally most important part of this G2 lineup that differentiates them from other aspirational lineups such as MAUs, how they have been for the past year, is if you look at MAUs across the board for the year, they do not have a single player above 1.1. Any way you slice it. For G2, Malbs is above 1.2 on T side. HeavyGod's above 1.2 on CT side. MATYS is above 1.2 to 1.5 in some, not 1.5, sorry, 1.15 to 1.2 in both instances in some cases. And then you simply have an extremely experienced in-game leader while not being experienced in the role of in-game leading. But Hunter's been to a major final. Let us not forget. Hunter has been around the block. He has been a part of multiple teams that many would consider to be great, and a part of that one G2 roster of, JKS, Hunter, Nico, MATYS, and Uxie, who went on to put on their own win streak on Nuke and become a team that should, while not being all-time great, should still be remembered historically as a pretty damn good squad despite their inconsistencies. It's phenomenal to see him finally start to leverage all of that experience he has into making some truly inspired mid-round calls while also putting up fantastic numbers himself. And if you're going to tell me that this is what he's going to be like, obviously we still have the honeymoon phase. This could very much be a Falcons situation from last year where they showed up hard and bombed out at the major. This could be, you know, a flash in the pan, a honeymoon, or whatever. But if Hunter can genuinely be a blitz, you know, style 1.1 to 1.5, a blitz apex style fragging in-game leader, on top of having one of the most skilled and young rifle cores in all of Tier 1, shit, dude, sign me up. I cannot wait to see more. Give me all I want, and God help you if for whatever reason they do decide to bench Sunpayus and somehow bring in a better opper. Nothing will stop them. So just a quick rundown on that. I'm going to be putting up videos every day for the next 7 days as a bit of an apology for the fact that I have not been around and posting in the way that I want to. Thank you all very much for your support during this time, and I hope to repay you for it. I have been CJ. See you later.